humans, we have witnessed many ages in the past. We could say that we have gone through about four major differences in age. What do I mean by this? We first had the hunter gathering age, which lasted for about several millions of years. We then had the agricultural age, which lasted for several thousands of years. After that came the industrial age, which lasted for several hundreds of years. And then we entered the informational age, which lasted for just about a few decades. So you see, the hunter gathering age was millions of years. The agricultural age was thousands of years. The industrial age was hundreds of years. And the information age was just a few decades. Now we are actually on the cusp of entering a very different kind of age which has not been seen before. I call it the augmented age. So the age of augmented reality. So let us understand what exactly is this augmented reality. Augmented reality is an effort by humanity to bring in certain experiences which have been beyond your senses so far. So your senses and the perceptions are going to be augmented with the help of technology. That's all. So what does this mean? This has a lot of implications, of course. In the process of augmenting, we are going to turn into augmented cyborgs. So we are going to have humans who are going to be, you could call superior in terms of their abilities which they can garner or which they can gather because of enhanced data that they have, which is brought to them using technology which will augment their senses. So there will be a vast humanity which does not understand augmented reality or which does not have access to augmented reality, which are going to be the marginalized sections of society. The tools or the instruments that are going to be used to augment the reality, which in my language I call as sadhana. Sadhana itself is going to go through a major shift in terms of gathering intelligence or data. The sadhanas or the tools are moving from a very passive state into a generative state. A generative state is a state when the sadhana also has a certain limited thinking of its own. It can take a few decisions and it can also send that data back to the one who is sitting behind the computer. The move from passive to generative to intuitive, that's where my area of interest is, to intuitive. The tools are going to become from passive to generative to intuitive. They've already become intuitive. So all things said and done, there is going to be data which is going to be converted into insights, which they believe is going to be converted into knowledge and wisdom for the machines to act on their own. So let us say now I want to make a certain machine. Let's say I want to build a drone. So all I have to tell the artificially intelligent machine that I want to build a machine or a tool which has 4 propellers, which is light in weight and which is aerodynamic. That's all I have to tell the machine, and the machine will build and give me a design. It will just give me a design which will be a which will be the best drone that a human being can ever think of, because it explores the entire solution space that is available to man. So, by using computational design systems, we are going to be able to think better. There will be robotic systems which will help you to actually do the work which comes from the thinking, from the computational design systems. And there will be a certain network, a neural network, a digital nervous system, you could call it, which will gather all the data, process it, and help you to connect with the world, with the network with the world. So, if I look at this entire process of augmented reality, I see that augmented reality is going to bring in experiences which were hitherto not available to human beings. This movement from passive to intuitive is actually taking control of the will of man and trying to show that the will has been manual so far, and this manual will is going to be automated and your life is going to become easier. But from the Vedantic perspective, I see a lot of dangers in this if this is not used intelligently. The system has to be used intelligently, because you are basically ending up playing God. The Vedantic texts go very deep into explaining the role of will, which is got about through effort of man. What are the implications that will take place, or what are the implications that will be if man does not use his will properly, and whether this can be taken over by machines is an insight that one can get through the study of Vedanta.